Okay, in today's lesson, we're going to be looking at polynomials. Our objectives will be to understand what is a polynomial and to determine the type of polynomial we're looking at. Our vocabulary to get through this starts with a term, which is an expression only using multiplication and division with variables and constants. A polynomial is the sum of terms with non-negative exponents. It's also key that variables can't be exponents. Here are the three types of polynomials that we will focus on. Monomial, which means we have one term. Binomial, which means we have two terms. And a trinomial, meaning we have three terms. Here are some examples of polynomials and things that aren't polynomials. So first we have 4x. This is a polynomial, only multiplication happening in this situation. We have a constant and a variable. The variable has an exponent of 1. Since it's not there, that's an exponent of 1. So this does follow the polynomial rules. Our second version here is x cubed minus x to the fifth power. Since both of these are positive exponents, this also follows. Now some people may be think that this is missing constants, but anytime there is no constant, we know that that is positive 1. Some may say, well, it's about the sum. If we remember from our lessons, minusing or subtraction is a version of adding. So this does follow the rules. 3x squared plus 1. That is also a polynomial. 4x squared minus 2x minus 8. Polynomial also. If you notice in these two, we have a variable, or one term that's missing a variable. Again, that is okay. What that means is we have an x or a y or any variable with a power of 0. So we don't need to put it in. These last two also work. 4x plus 3 plus 2x. This one contains like terms. We can just put those together. This bottom one, 2x to the fourth power times 3x. Those we could multiply together to make one cohesive term. In the not polynomial version, we have a variable as the exponent, so that's no longer a polynomial. Here we have a negative exponent. That's not a polynomial. This third one here, we don't have any negative exponents, but we do have an x on the bottom, which means that it has a 1. If we were to move this to the top, we would have x to the negative first power. So even though it doesn't look like it has a negative exponent, it really does. And this last one, obviously, negative exponent, not a polynomial. Now that we've looked at some examples of polynomials, we're now going to classify the polynomials. We have three main types that we're going to look at: the binomial, the monomial, and the trinomial. Monomials mean they have one term. If we look up here, I see this one automatically we know is a monomial. So we know that this is one term. That's a monomial. If I look up here, I'm looking for anything that has two terms. Those would be binomials. Problem number 2, problem number 3, those each have two terms. Now I'm looking for things that have three terms. 4, automatically 3 terms. That's a trinomial. These last two, 5 and 6, though this looks like a trinomial, what I notice is 4x and 2x, or positive 2x, are like terms, which means we can combine them. So 4 and positive 2 make 6x plus 3. So though it looked like a trinomial, it's really a binomial when simplified. Our next one, 2x to the fourth times 3x, looks like a binomial because there looks like there's two terms. But because it's multiplication, not adding, we actually can combine these down and go 2 times 3 gives us 6. X to the 4th and x to the 1st power, we can add the exponents and get x to the 5th power. This now becomes a monomial. Alright, this was our lesson on polynomials. If there are anything that you did not understand or you did not fully get, please pause the video, go back, watch again, and come with questions. Thank you.